But I was born and raised here in Avondale, Walnut Hills, Evanston, and then O'Briensville. That was the last place we lived. My dad bought a home, so that's where I grew up, in O'Briensville. I grew up in a good neighborhood. How I got down over to Rhine is through working. I worked for Denard, which is low-income housing. I had all these houses down filled with low-income people. Not only that, I was a drug user on Ray Street, and I seen both sides. The people who live in the streets, all the fighting, and I got tired of that. And I had a lot of friends that worked at the drop. Kept telling me, you need to go on in there and check in. And I went through their program. And then they hired me when I finished the program. That's how I met Mr. Earl, Buddy, Miss Buddy. A lot of people that's still out here working. Like at OTO over the Rhine Community Housing, Buddy Place, Recovery House, Mr. Earl, Miss Bonnie. A lot of us, we still here. A lot of people know Mr. Earl, know me too from coming through the drive. I ain't go in the corner with Mr. Earl. When I leave, I go out the back, and I go over there now. Out the back here, there's an alley, and I lived right across the street. The next building here, you be in my building where I just moved from. Only moved 30 feet. But the friends around here, other than Mr. Earl, they all drinkers, or they druggers. And, I hang with people that are from my race, and of my age and older, and they drinkers, and they druggers. So I don't too much hang with them because they'll send me back. Mr. Earl, I hang with Mr. Earl. And we don't allow them to sit around us too much. They don't like my attitude. I don't have much to say to them. If they're not doing nothing positive, I could speak and just do without them, But everybody speaks to Mr. Earl. Everybody crazy about him. He's a good dude. Been around a long time. He helped me when I was in the drop. When I came to the drop, I was an addict. I was a crack addict. And that's sad that you're not the... Excuse me. They're not the same person. Once a person gets hooked on drugs, that is not them. I wasn't that person. I just, you have to change the people you with. You can't change the neighborhood. You go from one neighborhood to the next. It's everywhere. You got to change what you're doing. And I fell off a couple times. But by me being in that program, learning, I'm just going to get back up on that horse. The neighborhood's pretty tough. I like the people that's moving here now because that's not their style of life. A lot of people moving here now got condos. They got them a dog. They work. At night, they're in the house. So that's the difference with down here. 12 o'clock is a ghost town. Back in the day, it was 24/7. You come outside, you can find what you want. You get beat up, shot up, full of drugs, drink all the liquor you want, or wind up in the Justice Center. It's different. It's doing better. It's getting there. The living down here was pretty bad. It really was bad. I mean, the people that's walking around here now, you couldn't pay them to walk around here. Like the street I live on, Repubs, Heroin Alley. And to see the change is good. A lot of people that I know lived here and want to come back here. They always say they took our place from us. It never was ours, and if it was ours, we should have been doing what they're doing now, revitalizing the place. It's lovely, it's peaceful, but a lot of things still go on that'll never stop. Like people that live down here now, they like leaving stuff in their cars. They don't like locking their cars. They don't even think twice about the stuff they have around their house. People come down here to hustle. Get anybody slipping that'll leave something hanging around, or they walk through at night and check door handles. If they see something that's locked, they bust in your windows. So the hustle game will never stop. It was that way since I was born. A lot of people live in the other neighborhoods. They come down here to make a living. If you can't work, you got to have something that'll go for you, put some money in your pocket. I have 6 boys. I have 3 here in Cincinnati. I had 3 in Minneapolis and Minnesota. Their mom took them away from me when they were infants. I found them in 2010 when my mom passed. It took 28 years to find them. So I have a lot of grandkids. 15 granddaughters. I got 4 grandsons and 1 step-grandson and 1 great-grandson. I love my family. I'm in between my 2 sisters and 1 older brother. There's 4 of us left out of 7. That's where I'm from, right here, born and raised. When I noticed the change in how they was revitalizing OTO over the Rhine, is the complaints to the people that I grew up with and knew that lived here for years. They putting us out and they fixing it up. I mean, well, one, a lot of them don't know. If you're not educated, there's no understanding. But these buildings have great work to them. And a lot of architectural works, like this building I'm living in now. They would say, well, they putting us out and they doing this and doing that. Reason being is it was bad. I mean, you couldn't even walk the streets. I mean, on garbage day, which was Wednesday, you couldn't walk in the sidewalk. At night, you getting in the street because the rats was so big and they were all over the place. But now, I hardly see a rat. But the change is beautiful. The buildings look good. When 3D DC started fixing on, people started moving down here, they was of a different race. I mean, it's sad to say, and it's the truth, but this is not a black race community no more. It's predominantly white. And a lot of people don't like that, but they're doing good. It's more healthier. It's more cleaner. I mean, so a lot of people don't like change, especially older people like me. But I understand it and I appreciate it, you know. Only thing I could say that would probably put a damper in over the Rhine and OTR is like that fella that got shot by that cop. They don't convict him. First place they coming is down here because everybody in Cincinnati know they put a lot of money in here and they'll tear it up just for that. You feel what I'm saying? They tore it up back then because of that same scenario. I hope they do something about it because it's no good. Tearing up your own place. I live here. A lot of us don't now. But they go where they know that a lot of money's been spent just to destroy it. And racism's bad. And a lot of us, we lived with it throughout our whole life. When the Timothy Thomas young man got shot up here, and they had a riot, and they had the curfew, that's when they took note to over the Rhine. A lot of the younger people don't notice it. A lot of people my age don't know it because it went over their head. But once we start rioting down here, they was going to change that from then on in, and they did. These buildings, this building I'm in right now, they shut it down. And they just let it stay dormant about 15 years. A lot of these big buildings, they just shut them down. Washington Park is another one. They didn't name it Jurassic Park for no reason. It was a terrible park. It was either drug deals going on, fights, drinking. It was off the chain. It's a scary park. You know, like what closed the park was a cop was chasing a guy that had a beer, and he ran through the park in his car. A little lady was sleeping up under a blanket, and he ran over and killed her. That's what shut the park. Well, that went on every day. That shut the park because the policeman did it. That was the last incident of the park. They shut it down. But now that they've redone it, lo and behold, there's been no problems over in that park. My kids even love it. My grandkids, they love that park. But some things you can't stop. We got two little parks right here on Repub. One across the street for kids. Then the city parks across the street where the alcoholics and drug addicts stay in them. And you would want your kids to go down there and happen to fall on a needle. That's dangerous. My grandkids come. I got some beautiful grandkids. And we have a block meeting, like people that live on Republic Street just started. And they wanted to know what can we do to deter that. What we could do is get together as residents and walk up to them and face them. Tell them we're not having this no more on our street. It's nonviolent, but that's how they did it in Madisonville, Avondale. They're still doing them today, where they call it taking back their neighborhood. When they know we, the residents who walk by them and see them every day, is going to come up to them, I know that's about the only way that's going to make it work. We, the people, live on the street. One person call one person call the next. We all meet on the street. We go to the park. We send them on their way. It's a good thought. I think when they ask the people to move out of the building because they're renovating it, one thing that makes it fair is they pay them. I stayed in that building for 4 years, the past 3 years, waiting for them to come by that building so they could pay me to move. I like it. Got plenty of room. It's new. Sad to say, we've been open 2 months. But I've already seen a roach. See, that comes with kids. That comes with low-income housing. They don't care what you want to do. This is a brand new building. There's no kind of way a roach should be in my house. I was sitting in my restroom. I said, and that is crazy. It made me mad, but then I had to understand that's what comes with being around big families or women with kids. You know, it's sad. But revitalizing the over the Rhine and people being told they have to get out, they get paid to. They don't put them out. Back in the day, the owner would just buy the place, give you maybe 3 months, 60 days. They had to pay you nothing. Down here, they have to pay you to move, you know. A lot of these places help you get a place to go to, pay for your moving and all. So They want to complain, fine. The main thing that goes on from people that had to leave or don't want to leave and is worried about having to go is they say this. They say, pretty soon they're going to come get your building. You know what I'm saying? So you can complain about it. They kicked us out. We kicked ourselves out. We done ourselves that way. No, we didn't. We this, we that. So I asked him a question. I can say this, and it's the truth. On my hand, these 5 fingers, I don't know a black business in this city or store, even a corner store. This race don't own nothing. Why? As soon as they get a chance, they destroy it. They don't make it work. But it's the truth. It is the truth. A lot of people that wind up really down and out and wanted some help and need help, you can come to OTR and you can get that. You can't get that nowhere else in this city. And you know, I thought about that when I talked to you. It was the number one thing I came up with that happens here that don't happen nowhere else in this city. You can come down here, you get your place to stay, they get all your financial things together. If you owe for living in the metropolitan building, if you owe for gas, electric, you go over to the drop. You do what they tell you to do. You go to these meetings they send you to. And if you stay grounded, they'll take care of all that. And you'll wind up with you in an apartment without even having a job. They're doing it right down here.